Hey guys, it's Clovis, and yes, I'm still playing Master Duel, but there is one small problem I have with it. It's not really a gameplay thing, it's not really a fundamental thing, it's just part of a archetype in the game. And as you can guess by the title, I hate Floowandereeze so much that it is actually ruining my experience. So, we are gonna do something about that. And what we're gonna do about it is counter Floowandereeze. Now, can't really reliably just duel into people and then match against Flunderies, so we are going to check out some replays where I verse them and I save them specifically to talk about some counter matchups and ideas, and let's just get into it. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Here is Master Duel. Here is Master Duel. We're only Platinum 5, okay, we're still playing Dragon Maze, we still haven't found a new deck yet, but we have beat Floowandereeze before. I even saved this older duel because I beat them to get Platinum 5, and I was pretty proud of that. But anyway, let's talk about the most recent game I've had against this replay made me make this video because finally I had an example of just how to destroy them, just how to absolutely body them. And holy crap, so let's address things by talking about the state of Master Duel in general. The best of one, no side decking. Basically, you can already see my opening hand, you probably already know what's up. Basically, side deck tech in your main deck is how to best play Master Duel, as opposed to running an actual main deck. You just chuck in a bunch of stuff that is good for board breaking, good for going second. I always choose to go second because whoever starts first, well, if I've got a kaiju, I'm going to kaiju them anyway, and if they're a deck that starts second, and they have to start first, then they're going to, like, set and pass or do something, and then you can play anyway. So, starting off, as many board wipes as you can, in my opinion, unless you're, like, you know, obviously way better than me, I think having board wipes is a great way to climb because you can also force out negations as well. So in this matchup, the negate that Floowandereeze actually have is the Miss Valley Apex Avian, and if you threaten to blow that up, then it will negate your spell. Like if you Dark Hole it, it's going to be like, well, if he Dark Holes my Apex Avian, I won't be able to use it anymore, so I'm going to use it, and then they don't have a negate anymore. See, in my hand, actually, I am running Dragon Maze. It doesn't really matter what deck you run, but just an example, your deck may have tech that is useful. In this matchup, not really. Dragon Maid Lawpaw, you don't really want to negate the activation of, players cannot activate that target's effect on the field this turn. Flunderies aren't really about activating necessarily. However, you can negate effects that only will allow them to negate you on the field by discarding. Or you can just discard again in the graveyard. Anyway, another part of this analogy is wind monsters. Now, one of the main floodgates, and we still see play because they've not hit it, and I think that they should hit the barrier statues personally. In my opinion, they're like the most degenerate floodgate, but having wind monsters to special summon is your best friend against the Floowandereeze. And the best card for Floowandereeze, I'm telling you right now, just Gadala the Mystery Dust Kaiju. I literally play 3 of these, and I do not play Gamma Seal or anything, purely because this card is a wind. So, you can special summon this card to your opponent's field and attack position by tributing one monster they control, and you get to pick, depending on what your hand is. So, for example, if they don't have the barrier statue up, you can kaiju the M-Pen, and then you can actually activate your special summoned attack monster's effects. Or if they do have the barrier statue up, you just want to kaiju the barrier statue, so you are now free to special summon whatever element you want. And wow, holy crap! So you can see my hand already got a pretty decent plan going. So let's just see how this plays out. Okay. See, activates the map straight away, which is good that we didn't have Ash Blossom, you know, he didn't use, like, Terraforming or something that we Ash, because we didn't draw into Ash, so we couldn't really interact with him at all this turn, so we just kind of need to let him do what he's doing. And while this deck is very threatening, it's very, very strong, there is actually a pretty significant weakness in this deck, which I've only really thought about a week or two ago, is because they're forced to normal summon everything, or they're built around normal summoning everything, they leave these really low attack monsters on the field just as sitting ducks. And if you can bring out any sort of boss monster, you can just chop like a quarter to half, or like, realistically, you'll be chopping like a third of your opponent's life points by attacking these cards. And because they're used to set up the board, they kind of get left there. They don't really go anywhere unless they get tributed like this. But you'll find that there are turns where the enemy will just have Robina or whoever, you know, these 500, 600, 800 attack Floowandereeze monsters just left in attack mode, just sitting there, because the enemy thinks you're not going to do anything to them, but if you attack them, they are stuffed. So, none of this should be surprising. He's got M-Pen, he's got Barrier Statue, and in his hand, he's got Mist Valley Apex Avian. Now, he has a face down, but it literally doesn't matter what that is, because in an ideal world, you want to destroy this back row anyway, and I am of the opinion that your Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, these are your best back row removal cards. I've tried Cosmic Cyclone before, and I understand the application of that card not going to the graveyard, but it just doesn't do enough. Like, if the enemy has 2 or 3 back row you want to kill, it's just not good enough. So I would rather destroy the entire back row and risk 1 effect triggering. But a lot of the time when you want to wipe back row, it's not like they're going to play Waking the Dragon or something. I haven't even seen that card in this game. So anyway, pretty obvious play. I'm going to open with a Harpy's Feather Duster because obviously you can only use 1 Lightning Storm per turn. So we use the Harpy's Feather Duster and then we follow it with Lightning Storm. And that's the thing. First of all, now I know this isn't the most realistic situation where the enemy doesn't have their negate. They don't have the Mist Valley Apex Avian. But there are times where Floowandereeze aren't able to set up a 4 or 5 monster board, and you need to strike when the iron is hot. So this is very, very important. I've wiped his board. It doesn't mean the duel's over, okay? It does not mean the duel's over whatsoever. I know that he's going to get started back up again. He needs like 1 or 2 cards to start it up. So once I've actually wiped the board, I'm looking for as much damage as possible. Considering I only have the kitchen, I don't really have any other Dragon Maid cards to really mess with. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. I basically just set up so I have my Tinkek and Lorpa, just so that I can special summon the Lorpa, and then use the Tinkek discard effect. Now, Tinkek, I love this card a lot. The one card it's really bad at beating is M-Pen, because M-Pen can always activate its effect after this. So if the Flunderies player actually knows that knows that you're playing Dragon Maids, or knows that you have Tinkek in your hand, you're just never going to trick them or beat them. So what I do here is just use a discard effect to give my Lorpa 4,700 attack damage for a direct hit. And the only reason I'm doing this is purely because if I don't do this right now, I have to still deal 8,000 life points when he has an actual board up, because I've used 2 of my board wipes. I'm not guaranteed another one, even though I do have a Lightning Storm. He does have Mist Valley Apex Avian in the hand. So my point is, I just want to maximize my damage as much as possible. And if you were paying attention a few minutes ago, if you think about all the low attack cards that they have on the field and the life points in general, I don't really need to do too much more life point damage now. Another important thing about this setup is, even if he does bring out another Wind Barrier Statue, I can special summon the Lorpa because it is a wind. So he's going to start up the stuff again. Again, we have no hand traps, nothing. So we just have to sit here and let him play. I'll just fast forward this bit because it's, again, if you've played against this deck, you've seen everything you need to see. Also, you can hand trap them when they're setting up like this. For example, like Ash Blossoms, they can't get anything from the deck, and then they'll just leave these low attack position monsters here, and then you can try to destroy them that way. That's also another approach you can do. So he's got the Empen out again. which is... It's funny because the Snow has the, like, the cutscene or whatever. Empen doesn't, but I always see these guys playing Empen. But there you go, setting up the same board again. Okay, same board again, but... There you go. So I only summon that to block the attack. Basically, I don't really need to over-explain that. By having getting the kitchen back in the hand, I can just make a play on the next turn, because he's going to destroy this anyway. 1700 defense either way. Even if I didn't make that play, it's going to do the same damage, same attack pattern. This is just to get the kitchen Dragon Make back in the hand. And now it's back to my turn, and... yes, so here we go. This is what I wanted to get to that's very important. Master Duel does not have Garura yet. For anyone who doesn't know what Garura is, it is a super polymerization target. It's basically a fusion monster, which requires two monsters that have the same type and attribute, but different names. This is good against a lot of decks, but there are no real good super poly targets, or just, you know, fusion monsters for super poly against Floowandereeze in this game, period. There is just not. The closest thing we can get is, well, I don't know, take a wild guess. You'll see it in a couple seconds anyway. Probably Lightning Storm the back row. Very, very important. Again, if you normal summon while the map is up, you can just forget about doing anything. It's now your opponent's turn, and I hate that. That's why I hate Flunderies. Like, it's not the floodgates, it's the whole, you know, it's my turn, not yours sort of thing. That bothers me on a personal level. But anyway, you can see now the enemy has two monsters that have the same attribute, but different type. What does that mean? It means we can play Mud Dragon of the Swamp with Super Poly. So we are absolutely going to do that. We can discard the Lorpa. There's no reason we can't do that, because we can bring it back up anyway. And we got a Mud Dragon. Of course, it's an attack mode, because we're going to go in for the kill. And so, I don't even know what's going on here. I just feel like, yeah, I'm going to chain Mud Dragon of the Swamp to change to Fire, so that he can't target my Fire stuff. I don't even know if he's going to or not. It's a free effect. I'm going to use it. There's no penalty to using this as far as I know in this situation. And once he sees that I am going to bring out a big Dragon Maid, he knows the duel's over. He knows I'm going to attack his two low attack, whichever cards they were. I really wish this replay had a rewind feature. I mean, Dota 2 replay system is like miles better than this. But anyways, the point is, he had low attack, Floowandereeze and Empen. Not Floowandereeze and Empen, just the shitty Floowandereeze. I don't even know what they're called. Robina, whatever. He knew that I'm going to bring out a 2700 attack Dragon Maid, and I'm going to attack him with that, and I'm attacking with Mud Dragon of the Swamp, just with his two attack monsters, and it's game. So he surrenders. We made a Floowandereeze player surrender as a Dragon Maid player. This is just the best thing ever. So that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I don't really know what else you can really do. And it says connection failed, but he rage quit. Okay, he definitely... I don't know why it says connection failed. I don't even think that, like... I mean, you still lose if it's connection failed, right? You still lose? I don't know. Anyway. Look, I did plan on watching quite a bit, but the video's gone on long enough already, so... You know what, I'm just going to leave it on the deck list just to quickly show you at the end of the video. I am literally only playing... I literally have a 50 card deck. And I know it sounds really stupid. But when you draw into cards that can actually just board wipe, you just draw into board wipes, back row removal, you draw into Gadala. Wow, I know this deck is an absolute mess, and you can laugh at me all you want, but it's just, I'm trying to cycle through new things. And cards turn from 14 to 50, especially when there's that goddamn Necro face, deck out, deck thing. I hate that. That is... The fact that you can still lose when you have cards in your hand on the field in the graveyard, but you can't draw one, is just the stupidest part of the game. It is just awful. But anyway, Flunderies, right? Gadala, use it. Gadala the Wind Statue, or Gadala the Empen if they don't have the Wind Statue, and enjoy your turn. enjoy also being able to special summon monsters that are wind. You could also run Baron. If you're running a synchro deck, you can just play Baron, no problem. And with that card, you could destroy the wind barrier statue as well, and then just complete main phase 2 or whatever. And also, evenly matched. This is an interesting one because, Flunderies do want to be banished, but this banishes them face down, so none of their effects do anything like that anyway. But in general, I think the best counter to them is board wipes. They work against a few decks, but considering that Floowandereeze usually only have 1 or 0 negates, you can just use these absurdly powerful just removal spells and just destroy them. And Garura, I'm telling you, it is the best kaiju in Master Duel for no reason other than this matchup and the fact that it enables you to super poly their board as well. I mean, you can even just kaiju them and then lightning storm or dark hole, and then I don't know. You could even bounce it. You could do anything like that. So anyway, look, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Feel free to laugh at my deck list, my 50 card main deck, and let me know what you guys thought of the video. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get good at Master Duel. I'm not sure how interesting it is to people watching me, but I've never really played Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel until like a month or 2 ago, and that's just what I've been up to. Hopefully in the future I can stream it. I could theoretically stream it now, but just got a busy household usually. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you like it. It's not just a call for comments. I really would love your feedback. If the video sucks or you want to see better editing quality or whatever, please let me know, and thank you very much. I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. Bye bye.